Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. This is Deepak Mishra, and if you're new to this channel, I am a doctor working in Germany. And on this channel, we explore the strategies and the pathways to help international medical professionals for their careers in Germany. Today, we have with us Dr. Vikas Sandelia. He's a dentist by profession, and at present, he comes from India. He has done his dentistry in India, and at present, he's in Germany. He has recently passed his Fachsprachprüfung, that is a exam for temporary dental license to work as a dentist in Germany. Today, we are going to have a conversation with him and we are going to see his personal thoughts, his pathways, his challenges that he has faced and overcome. And we'll learn from that and be inspired with his journey. Let's begin our conversation with Vikas. Hi, Vikas.
Hi Deepak. Hello everyone, all the viewers of this channel. Thank you for
So,
this
Vikas,
opportunity, Deepak. Yeah,
pleasure's all ours because so far we never had any dentist on this channel. We have medical doctors, a lot of them, but because dentists in Germany are foreign people who come here and become get recognized as dentists is not very common. There are not many people who have done that, and at least I don't know many people who have done that.
yeah,
So it's my opportunity. I mean, it's my pleasure to have you on this channel. And today we are going to try to extract all the information, all the knowledge that you have accumulated over the period of time, and make this video very useful for future dentists who are at present abroad or maybe in Germany and struggling their way or struggling their path
sure,
towards
sure.
Berufserlaubnis. Can you please introduce yourself? Tell us something about yourself. What have you done before you came to Germany?
Yeah, Deepak. Before coming here, I had done my BDS in India, and then right after BDS, I went into masters in oral and maxillofacial surgery. So finished my masters, and then right after masters, I worked for about close to 3 years in India, 2 years, 8 months about. And right when I was working, I started this whole process for in Germany. Yeah. So
Okay,
this was in India. So
okay. And since when are you in Germany?
yeah. So I'm in Germany since October 2019.
2019. So we have April 2021. That means around 1.5 years you have been
Yeah,
here.
yeah, 1.5 years.
All right, all right. So how has the run been so far? How is the entire process so far?
Yeah. So the entire process has been a mixed one, I would say. Uh, so there have been, yeah, both challenges and, yeah, good experiences, I would say. But I'm definitely getting what I wanted here,
Okay.
so that is there. But yeah, in my case, it depends from person to person, Deepak. So in my case, it has been a little longer, but yeah, what I expected is that I have been able to experience here. So would I say, yeah, it has been a mixed journey. Professionally, it has been good. Had been some challenges personally because I'm married and have a family back in India. So that is
Mm-hmm.
the I for me the challenge has been more on the like personal front rather than professional.
True, true. I mean, we all, when we decide to make a journey, make a shift to another country, it's not only the professional life that gets
Exactly.
affected.
Yeah.
There is a personal life, personal side of it as well. It's different for people who are 25, 26 years old and are not married. For them, it's different. But people, when they decide this in the later stage of their career, then it becomes more challenging. We are going to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Before that, is the entire process? I mean, when you had thought about coming to Germany, you must have expected, you must have had some idea, okay,
Yeah.
this is going to be like that, okay, some imagination.
Yeah.
Did the real life match to that imagination or has it been different?
Yeah. So the thing is that the professional part, which I had imagined, has been like that, which I had
Hmm.
imagined. But the thing is, you cannot. I would say you cannot properly imagine the day-to-day life. Like you can only. That would not be a very what should one say? Like a very uh, clear imagination. I would say like when you cannot. That's not fully possible to like fully comprehend how the life would be when you are there.
Maybe
So
because, sorry to interrupt, but I think maybe because the information is not there.
yeah,
Maybe.
definitely, that is one very big reason. That is a big reason, and I personally always take care. Like I try to answer as many questions as possible in the best possible manner, because so much of wrong information is there, incomplete information and wrong information. People try to communicate with each others rather than find out information from reliable sources. This is something which I have like seen repeatedly.
Mhm. Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, that you are right. You're
That
completely
is
right.
that is the analogy. I also get a lot of queries similar to that, and when they contact us when the ship has already sailed, and so far it was like the blind leading the blind. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that about that we'll discuss in that on different forum, different time. Today we are going to focus on dentistry, and I want to know what is the difference in dentistry in India and in Germany. You have worked in India also, and now you have seen the world in Germany as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say that see, the basics are the same. The basics are not going to change. So I studied BDS from Manipal University, and like Manipal University, I have felt has sound theoretical. It gives sound theoretical knowledge. So in whichever, and in India, we are in general used to a grinding kind of study. We do study theoretically a lot. At least the problem there is with dentistry in India is there are many colleges, private colleges, which are lacking with practical experience. That is the biggest problem in India right now with dentistry. So, in general, I would say that the graduates that pass out from Germany, in my opinion, on an average, would have a better idea than a graduate in India. I would say so, because there are all the clinics are uni clinics from where they pass out,
Mhm.
and so they have, I would say, better exposure in comparison to Indian graduates on an average. I would not
Okay, yeah,
generalize.
obviously, I mean that cannot be generalized. Every individual is
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
and you will find lazy students in Germany as well, and you will
true,
find brilliant
true, true.
students
Yeah,
in
yeah,
India as
yeah,
well.
true.
So, but yeah, general that speaks not for the student, that speaks for the institutes that they are
Yeah, yeah,
they
true.
are like. All right. So you have been here for 1.5 years now. Tell us, how is the job scenario here in Germany for dentists?
Yeah, so this is a very pertinent question, Deepak, and about which I feel there is lots of negativity. I would straight away go ahead and say it is not easy. Definitely not easy, especially in dentistry with Berufserlaubnis. It's definitely difficult, no doubts about it. But it's not as difficult as it is portrayed to be. It can be said whenever one is in the situation oneself. One is bound to be more affected by it. I too was. That's there. But then I think if I can do it, others can do it too. So the job scenario is difficult. It's not easy to find a job. But then there are other aspects which people do not know or are not aware of. And when you make certain, yeah, compromises, or you cannot call them straight away compromises. Those are basically, yeah, stepping stones for your like future
Mhm.
pathway. So if one is ready to do that, which I think, considering us when we are coming from India, is an advantageous situation for us. For example, people think about okay, people like me who have come alone like this, and not like someone who has his family already in Germany. So then they have this limitation that they can find jobs only around their place of residence. But
Mhm.
if you are not in such scenario, you can always look up jobs all around. For example, I passed the Fachsprachprüfung in Bayern, but I
Mhm.
looked up jobs all around Germany, and I found in NRW, and I moved to NRW. So that was an advantage. So one should try to leverage this advantage and be open to moving.
Right, 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 right. And what other aspects were you saying that about, like, this is also known that okay, the dentistry, uh, it's only praxis based. That means people have
Yeah.
their own clinics. It's not like hospitals, which every small city has like hospitals, and the jobs are vacant. Dentistry. Do you think that the opportunities are there, like for people, or how should one go about it for finding a job?
Yeah.
What
So
things are required about that?
finding a job, everyone has their own way, but there is this simple number game. The more applications you send, the better. That applies definitely in every sense. And be open to moving to small places. One must be open if you want to find what is your priority. If you want to find a job, you will find a job, but you should be open to moving to small places. So when they talk about numbers, they say dentistry is no Mangelberuf in Germany, but practically its situation is a little different, because it said 80% of the dentists in Germany are females, and
Really?
then they have uh, they have limitations with working hours. They want to work according to their own convenience. They don't want to own clinics. They only want to work as employed dentists, and that also many want to work near the home. Many want to work only part time. So there are many other things which people do not talk about.
Mhm.
So when you talk about all those things, the situation is not that bad, I would say, as it appears to be.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
That means, yeah, so job opportunity, that issue, one should not have that, okay, I will not get a job. Obviously, another point, what I would like to add here in your statement, that is from my experience with other doctors, that even though the mangal is not there, there is a mangal of qualified professionals.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So number wise, there are many applicants, but the hospitals or the dentist practice, they want somebody who can take the job and start working from next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. True.
One who has experience.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and especially in private clinics, because that is a business. They want
Yeah.
somebody who can do the job, and they are, it's not a training position.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
there, when somebody comes like totally blank, that okay, yesterday I was in medical college or dentist college, and today I'm looking for a Weiterbildungsstelle here, they then they for them it becomes more difficult,
Yeah.
because the people will not employ you because you cannot take their work, you cannot like reduce their workload.
Yeah.
So that
True.
I think one factor is that there is a
That
mangle of
is a very
qualified
important fact,
professionals.
what you said. If one has some job experience in India, one should definitely feel confident about it because that is going to help you in your job. Yeah, it's a new position, a new place. Yeah, but when you spend a couple of months' time, you can get used to it. So yeah, don't take your experience from India lightly. Yeah, you should take it seriously. Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to now go into details of your application, like how you, from where you learned the language, how did you like in general. Well, before that, I would want to know, or I think I guess all my viewers would want to know, is the financial aspect of the job as a dentist in Germany. What should one expect? For what is one struggling? What is to look up for?
Yeah, so the thing is, there is one this difference between the just make a comparison between dentists and doctors in general. So with doctors, the salary is it's like almost fixed. Like there is this particular grenza and below which usually doctors do not get. But in dentistry, the range is big. Like it's a wider range. It can start from anywhere. It won't go below 2,000 euros. That is for sure. It's almost sure. That is the
We are
minimum
talking
range.
brutto or netto?
No, we are talking about brutto.
Brutto 2000.
Sure. Pluto, yeah, it can minimum it can go up to 2,000,
Okay.
and it can also go up to 3,500 plus. With in dentistry, there is this thing called as Umsatzbeteiligung. That
Yeah.
is that the more you work, the more commission you get, and that gets added to your like the fixed Festgehalt. Yeah.
Okay.
So there is this thing in dentistry, but not all clinics employ that. So the range is wide actually to say it can start from this up to 3,500. I haven't come across anybody who has a salary with Berufserlaubnis in the range of 4,000. I'm talking about right now Berufserlaubnis. With the approbation you can easily expect 4 plus, 4 plus
Yeah, that is
4.5.
what I was like about to say. That because 3500 brutto sounds quite less.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that is
okay. I
probably
should
this
clarify that.
time we don't have approbation.
This is important. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
basically, it was like psychological. I was thinking about Berufserlaubnis. Yeah. So
Hmm.
with approbation, it is easily 4 plus. Yes, definitely to start with. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, that is one clarity that the dentists who are watching this video now, they know that for what are they struggling. I mean, obviously, in India when they are working, or in any other country, we have viewers from all across world. Uh, they and people who experience, they earn more than this, more than like say 1,000 euro or 2,000 euro per month. I assume. So financially, I mean, you yourself are a specialist. In India, you have work experience. Why did you choose Germany? Because I'm sure you could have made more money there also in India.
Yeah. So for me, Deepak, it was not much about the money part.
Mhm.
As I said, I am a oral and maxillofacial surgeon. So in and the scene with oral and maxillofacial surgery in India is not satisfying for me in general. So I wanted to train further, and
Mhm.
for that, to Germany is just the right choice.
Okay.
So I came to Germany for further training in oral and maxillofacial surgery. That was my main motive of coming here. Other than that, yeah, money part was not my major motivation. This was thing there that for long term life, yeah, for my daughter, for in life in general, you have health insurance, you have or education is free. These were also factors,
True.
but this was the main thing that I wanted to train further in surgery, and that is very easily possible here in Germany.
True. True. I totally agree with that. Okay. So now we will go on the your like pathway. How have you done the entire process that you have done?
Yeah, so with Germany, anyone who is interested about it must have found out by now that it is a time-taking process. One should one should have time on hand. So I started with German language in 2018, yeah, March, and I got done with B2 in December, yeah, in like 9 months. And I did this in Delhi in there's this institute called as Language Pantheon. And if anyone is near and around Delhi, I would definitely suggest this institute, because this institute is capable of finishing B2 in record time. I haven't heard of any other institute like that. If you are willing, you can finish B2 in 6 months.
Okay.
So that's something. Yeah, so I did it there. So in December, I got done with that. And then I was applying for hospitations in Germany because in my specialty, because I'm a maxillofacial surgeon. So my plan was to come to Germany on a hospitations visa and
Mhm.
with a national visum. So that is like a visa for more than 6 months. So I needed a hospitation which was for more than 3 months, so that I get a national visa. So I managed to get a hospitation in a university clinic in Würzburg in Bayern for
Mhm.
6 months. So I came on that to Würzburg, and I was there. And then Corona happened, so like I cut it short. And then meanwhile, when I came here after a month, I submitted my application for Berufserlaubnis in Bayern,
Mhm.
and then I got a date for Fachsprachprüfung in April next year. So that is April
Mhm.
2020.
So how long did the duration take from application to your termin for
Yes,
Pakistan?
so I submitted the document in November. It should have had taken less actually. So from November to April, like it's about 5 months, but
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
would have taken less. 5 months in itself is also an acceptable range right now.
Yeah.
In
Yeah. Yeah.
but it
True.
would have taken even less in my case. But there was this mistake I did, because of which it like, and then Corona happened, so it dragged a couple of months more. Otherwise, I probably would have got
Okay.
it in 3 or 4 months. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
We'll talk about it. We can talk
And
about it.
after your Berufserlaubnis there, then what did like after your Fachsprachprüfung there, what
Yeah,
was the
so
path?
I passed the exam in June. I got
Mhm.
the termin in April and passed the. I got the termin was in June. The appointment for
Mhm.
the exam, and I passed it. Then because there is this thing in Bayern, like in Germany, we all know that all states have some different rules. So in Bayern, there is this rule, and in there it is in also a few other states, which I can tell my our viewers. Bayern, Saarland, Hamburg. These are three states which do not allow to you to treat patients with Kassen this uh, insurance. The government insurance, the Gesetzlich insurance, insured patients you cannot treat with Berufserlaubnis in these three states.
Okay.
So, and this many people do not know, and then they apply for like positions in these states, and then it's very difficult to get a job, because
Okay.
the 90% patients are gesetzlich versichert. They're like insured by the government, and
Yeah.
when you are not able to treat them, then how can your boss pay you the salary? Like
Right.
you are not.
And the private patient would not like to be treated by a newcomer like
Exactly,
yourself.
exactly, because
Private
they're
patient will need the Chefarztbehandlung, the main.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that makes it more difficult. But since I was in Bayern, so I thought I'll just take the exam here and then move wherever I find a job, because it
Mhm.
was easier for me. I was open to moving
Okay.
anywhere.
Okay. Okay. And then you move to Northern Westphal.
Yeah. So then after passing the exam, it took me a couple of months to find a job.
Okay.
So I like finally I found a job in September beginning. So it was like mid June to September beginning. It took me to find a job.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I where I got calls from two places, and both of them I got it, both of the
Mhm.
places. But I decided to wait for the second one because it was better. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So far your pathway looks, does not look very extra, what you say, long or any problematic. I mean, it looks pretty normal, which
Yeah,
most,
yeah,
yeah, it looks. So here I would like to, know that, see, as you mentioned right in the beginning, the process is long and it takes a lot of hard work, lots of
yeah,
information collection, lots of
yeah.
research. So, uh, what are the major problems that you faced in your entire pathway, and if you knew that beforehand, you could have avoided that such kind of problem. Corona you could not have avoided, because
Yeah, exactly. Corona, yeah. There's no point talking about it. Exactly.
so what
So,
are those things? Tell us about them, please.
yeah, so be very clear about the whole procedure. Very, very clear what needs to be done. I would also suggest all viewers, and for that, the videos by D Minutes International are more than enough. You are definitely, you can be clear about it. I had also watched those videos, but then there was this one particular doubt I had, which it would have been better when I didn't have that. So what I did, a mistake was that when I submitted my Antrag in Bayan, my application in Bayan, so I had got the documents translated, and so when a translator translates the document, they also do a kind of Beglaubigum, but that is a Beglaubigum by the translators, saying that they have read it and it is from the original, translated from the original. So I kind of just asked my translator that is there any other attestation that needs to be done, and probably there was some misunderstanding, and she said no other attestation needs to be done, and I just submitted it like that. So the thing is, we should try to save time at every possible place. And what happens here is the the examination of documents is not a long process. Like they do it, but they ask you to wait for 3 months, and then after 3 months, if it is not right, they will tell you it is not right. So
Hmm.
what has happened is 3 months have gone wasted. So in my case, it almost took 2.5 months, and then I was told that it is not attested. Then I got it immediately attested, and then a couple of months got wasted in that. So that was the first mistake which I did. So then when I got a job in Nordrhein-Westfalen, I shifted my application to Nordrhein-Westfalen. So then I sent my application to Nordrhein-Westfalen, and there I had some bad luck here. I kind of trusted the German post system more, probably, which is just like any other post system. And I sent my application with a normal brief, as a normal brief. And
Yeah.
then they always say that you must wait for a month before you make any query. So I waited for a month. And then after
Hmm.
1.5 months, when I asked them that, okay, so what is the situation with my Antrag? And then see, the replies in Germany won't be as you expect them to be. It will take time. So one email and then one return email takes a couple of weeks.
Hmm.
One to two, three emails were exchanged, and then I was told in beginning of November, when I had submitted my applications beginning of September. I was told in beginning of November that your papers are not here. They haven't reached us only.
Hmm.
So then it was a complete shocker. So then I again sent all my papers with Einschreiben, and that means registered post in English,
Hmm.
basically.
Hmm.
So basically, this you can track and you can prove that you have had sent. So this is something which I very strongly would like to suggest here to all the viewers. Please send all important documents with
True,
Einschreiben,
true,
with
true.
registered
I
post.
cannot emphasize this more, because we do always, I personally and our company also, we send everything with this Anschreiben, so that it can be checked over internet, that when it
Yeah,
has reached, and with the
yeah.
deadline things, it's like important. And also, if your important documents get lost, you can track them through that. That okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. That's why we as a foreigners coming from India probably have this in the mind. Okay, this is Germany. Probably this is not supposed to be like that. But then you cannot make that mistake actually, which I did. I don't want anyone else to make that.
True, true. And your Fachsprachprüfung, was that recognized from a Bayern in Northern Westfalen?
Yeah, so that is one another very interesting story. I have had my fair share of interesting stories. Yeah, so so when I submitted my application in Northern Westfalen, so we all know that Volkswagen from one state is accepted in other. So then I was waiting that okay, I will get my Berufserlaubnis now, and then suddenly I get a call from the Bezirksregierung in Münster that your Volkswagen from Bayern will not be accepted. The reason they were giving is not very logical, but what they're saying is that in the Fachsprachprüfung in Bayern is conducted by the Academy of the Zahnärztekammer in Bayern.
Mm-hmm.
And the Zahnärztekammer in Bayern, because of some financial reasons or any other reasons, and also the academy is one of the biggest academies in Europe. So because of these reasons, they have made it an independent organization,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a private organization. They have made it so. So they have
Okay.
like separated the finances from the Zahnärztekammer.
Uh-huh.
Because of that, the people in Northern Westphalen were saying that it will not be recognized because it is a private organization. So then again, that took almost 1.5 to 2 months for in my case. But I would like to stress a lot here that please do not keep trying. Like always keep trying. That is something which I did and which paid in my case. I contacted the Zahnärztekammer in Bayern, and they helped a lot because it is a certificate given by their academy. So they took a lot of interest in that, and the help that they did, I cannot overemphasize that. They helped me a lot, and I had completely forgotten that part. And I was preparing for the new Fachsprachprüfung. I had also gotten a date in Münster
Mm-hmm.
for the Prüfung, and it cannot be more dramatic. I was on the railway platform to go for the exam, and on
Mm-hmm.
the date of the exam, I get an email that your Fachsprachprüfung will be recognized.
Wonderful. That I could just imagine the expression and the uh, excitement that you must be having reading that
Yeah,
email
because
on the way for the exam.
Münster in general, I have heard about doctors also, and also for dentists. Like Münster in general is not very, yeah,
Not a very friendly place, I would say.
yeah, one of so that was the thing. So yeah, I was glad. Yeah,
So how
definitely.
was you have taken Volksprachprüfung in Bayern? So how is that? Can you please give a short overview of the exam itself, like for dentist who is supposed to go for that exam? What is
Yeah.
the exam like? The pattern, I mean, and how one should prepare for that?
So the pattern is same in all states. A little, it may differ a little here and there. For example, basically it is in three parts. We all know that. That first there is this patient and doctor conversation, and then there is this arts brief which we have to write, the
Mm-hmm.
doctor's letter, and then there is this conversation between the two doctors, like between you
Mm-hmm.
and the examiner.
Yeah, yeah.
So the basic pattern is same. There is a some state-wise difference can be there. For example, in Bayern, before even starting, you get 10 minutes just to make yourself familiar with all the documents that you have been given. Like, so
Mm-hmm.
was
Okay.
that in Bayern. So I would say it's a little easier there in Bayern. Like you get 10
Okay.
minutes beforehand, before even the anamnesia, the conversation with the patient starts. All those documents which you have been given, you get 10 minutes to look into them. So
Yeah.
you can, so it's a difference in Bayern, which I feel. So, for that, I would suggest that whoever plans to take the exam in whichever state should look up the cases which have been asked in that state. And in dentistry, frankly speaking, we don't have many cases or files to say. So everything will be related to those 5 to 10 cases. In general, we can say, like, I can summarize it so one should like look up those cases, and we have a very active Facebook group for dentists, like internationally, like and dentists from all over the world are there, and
Mhm.
it's a very active group, and people keep sharing their experiences there.
Which group are you talking about?
There's this group called as Approbation Gleichwertigkeit about Zahnmedizin, like this.
Plant medicine. Okay, okay, okay. So viewers
Yes.
can go check that.
Yeah, yeah,
We
definitely.
will we'll put the post. We'll put the link to that group
Yeah, yeah,
in this description, and viewers can go check that group.
yeah, yeah, definitely. It's a very active group,
Okay.
and people keep posting their experiences. There are also many WhatsApp groups. So once people get into the
Hmm.
system, yeah, you will find things. Yeah, so that's
Okay.
not very tough. Yeah.
All right. Great, 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 great. Wonderful. So yeah, that is very what do you say, spannend situation there. Very exciting that how you managed from Bayern to Northern Westfalen, where I mean in Bayern you were if you had worked over there you could not get work basically over there because
Yeah,
uh,
it's difficult to find a decently paying job in Bayern.
yeah,
You cannot. So it is.
okay, and now you are here. So now, what is the way forwards then? Like now you already have a position.
Yeah, I do have a position. Yeah.
Wonderful, congratulations. Uh, and then when are you going to begin?
Yeah, so I'm like just waiting for my work visa. The visa will be
Okay.
changed once you get a job, and the
Hmm.
visa changes itself. So that is
Yeah.
this visa and work permit, the combined stay and work permit which you get.
Hmm.
And then, as a dentist or as a medical practitioner, you need to get yourself registered with the
Hmm.
central insurance body. So
Okay.
these two things are waiting. Yeah, so I think if everything goes fine, probably mid-April, I may be able to start. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we wish you all the best for your new job. Before concluding this video, I have one query or
Yeah.
one like request to give suggestion to the future dentists or new dentists who want to come to Germany from different countries, India being one of them. Uh,
Yeah.
what would you give? What suggestions would you give? Is it worth it? Should they make the effort? Because see, it's a time-taking process. It
Yeah.
takes money. So
Yeah.
even though the education here is free and everything, the costs are enormous just for
Yeah.
translation, just for visa, travel costs are enormous. So is it worth it? What suggestions would you like to give, or what few words of wisdom after
Yeah.
your long experience?
Yeah. So the thing is, it depends, Deepak, as you have also said in your videos, what you want from life. Like, what do you want basically? So if you want professional excellence, you want a good quality of life, and these things, advanced treatment possibilities, and move further, yes, definitely you should come here. I would say money only should not be the factor, because money probably you will be able to earn in your own country also, maybe, and maybe 5 years later. But then you have other support systems in your country, so there are other advantages. So
Mhm.
like one should be clear about why you need to come to Germany. So that is something which I would like to suggest everyone. And if you want to have professional excellence and a good quality of life, and obviously pays definitely better than most of the countries, there's no doubt about it. Yeah. So and I can only talk about from about countries from the Asian perspective, so India and around. So definitely pays far much better. But one should also have this mental preparation is very important before you come here, because it's going to be challenging. So and nothing good comes without any challenges. So the
True.
present day scenario is so that for dentists, I would like to speak that any country, any developed country where one wants to move, every each one of them have their own difficulties. It may not appear so from the top, but when
Mm.
you talk to the people who are into it, it has its own challenges. So I would like to say,
We totally we at Deminets International, we totally acknowledge the challenges, and that is why we try to build valuable content, share information, because as you said, you yourself have faced certain small problems because of which your duration, instead of what could have happened like 2 months, 3 months, it got extended.
yeah,
So these information, the short things, I try to build up community, share information. We also have consulting programs to guide candidates at the right time, because later on everybody realizes that okay, what this should have been done, but then
yeah,
it's important that when we know that beforehand, that okay, now what should be done next. So that is why we
true,
have our consulting program. So
true,
I take this opportunity to like do a small advertisement also for
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
because we have been working so far with doctors. With dentists we have not worked very much, because the process is complicated, and I personally have never done the pathway for dentist myself, so that's why we shied away from that. But then seeing the challenges that people face, and then we try to educate ourselves, and then we started this consulting system for dentists as well.
Yeah, I think people that there is not much of a difference. Just because you have not experienced it yourself, you always wanted to give concrete and valid and reliable information. Because of that, probably you didn't get into it right now till now. But the process, actually, we have seen your videos and other videos, and the process is actually, there is not much of a difference. The only difference it lies is in the job prospect. The jobs
Mhm.
in dentistry may not be as many as in medicine, but
Mhm.
that is not to say that there are no jobs. Like how
True,
much
true,
ever, even in India, where they say there is absolutely no shortage of dentists, even there are jobs. So in Germany also there are jobs, definitely.
true.
Yeah, but you may need to have to work really well for that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your time, Vikas. We from our entire audience from the minutes, I wish you all the best, and hope that after 3 months of your salary slips and everything, your wife and your family can also join you here in Germany. So
Yeah, I
the
hope.
family reunion visa and all.
Luckily, they haven't asked me for 3 months salary slip. Their
All
papers
right.
are already here. Yeah, their
Okay.
papers are
Okay.
already here. Luckily, they haven't asked me till now. I hope.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Thank you,
So
Deepak.
here we conclude this video. I hope the audience will like what Vikas had to say. It's very informative video, very useful for so many dentists because there are not many videos from dentists on the internet. So we would really appreciate if you guys could like this video, share it with your dentist friends, among your friends and colleagues, and also subscribe to this channel and watch the videos. Don't just subscribe, watch the videos. The content is very useful for you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Have a good time.
So, yeah.